Good evening, YouTube. Cello Ben here, and today is day 11 of the 100 days of practice. Today I'm going to practice starting Don Juan by Strauss. Here's why. As many of you probably know, Don Juan is a hugely important excerpt for orchestral auditions. And I think probably the toughest part about this first page, which is usually the excerpt, or at least one of the excerpts, is to start it. And here's why. Well, the first reason is it's super fast and it's super loud. It's fortissimo. Let me just play it softly so you know. That's not too bad. But here's the thing. When you make it loud, it gets a little bit harder because, or at least for me it does, because I tend to tense up. My left hand was really squeezing there. So I'm going to try with just the bow first. One of the other things that makes it super hard is that it starts not on the downbeat, but right after the downbeat. And that causes a franticness to wanting to get in on that second 16th note, which is where it does start. The whole piece begins with what many like to jovially call a conductor solo. Conductor gives the downbeat and it's silent, and nobody comes in until the second 16th of the piece. Okay, so I need to imagine that conductor downbeat in my head. I've got a mirror in front of me. I'll pretend I'm the conductor. So what did I do? I compress things too much. I need to relax a bit more. I'm still too tight. Now I've got a nice pianissimo left hand going on. So one of the other secrets here is to make sure to keep the left hand loose so that it has, well, not only because one should always be loose when playing, but because it helps to give it more ease of motion across the strings. So now it's becoming indistinct. So let's figure out what's happening. I'm going to venture a guess that it's at least in part related to the contact point. So let me try to really focus on that this time. So it's on the D string when I'm losing things. That's better, but let's see if I can get it consistent. I need to feel the stickiness of the bow in the string there. That's getting there. Now let me go nicely and slowly to reinforce it. thing to remember. This is really easy to do, to start from above, but you've got to have your bow on the string. So let's recap. Number 1, start with the bow on the string. Number 2, imagine the conductor's downbeat and then jump off of that. Number 3, keep the left hand as loose as you can, even with the weight coming from your right arm for the fortissimo. And I think number 4 is just go for it. I'm going to try all that. Let me try that again. So now this C is not speaking. So I need to raise my elbow a little bit to facilitate the string crossing so that I can get everything to speak. Okay, one last time. Oh, didn't go well because I didn't keep those points that I just talked to you about in my head. Start from the string, loose left hand, elbow at a good angle, right elbow at a good angle. Imagine the conductor downbeat and go for it. I'm still getting too frantic. So I need to try and slow my mind down, because an audition setting is going to be even more nerve-wracking than being on camera. Okay, it's getting better. So the work that I have ahead of me is, broadly speaking, to solidify things, but also just to really make sure that I practice starting it and getting into the groove of things, and then centering myself with those 5 points that I presented to you, which are, excuse me, loose left hand, good right elbow angle, imagining the conductor's downbeat, starting from the string and going for it. So I'm going to work on that stuff some more to try and solidify this, but thank you for watching, and please, if you are so inclined, do hit that subscribe button down below. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good night.